So number one question, I'm sure that's on everybody's mind is the low in? Over the weekend, we had a pretty big move to the downside, and people are looking for that to be a low and that to be a swing long. And basically, I want to answer that question today. Is the low in? And I don't think that the low is in. Okay. Before we begin, I want to explain why. But before we begin, just remember, guys, things change all the time in real time. Okay. I'm not saying that the low isn't in. I'm just saying I don't think that the low is in. Okay. And don't change any of your plans on account of me. Okay. If you have a plan to be long right now, then be long right now. Don't listen to me. But I'm just giving my opinion on what I think, okay? And I want to explain why I think that the low is not in. It has nothing to do with Bitcoin. Let me explain why. So 2.5 weeks ago, I went against the herd, and I said, we're going to go lower, okay? And I was talking about Solana, and I was talking about how the low is not going to be in across the board until Solana loses 100 and, was it 40? 130? I don't remember what the number was now. It seemed like so long ago. 140. I was like, the low's not in until Solana hits 140. And I was very sure about that. I made the video. You guys saw the video, hopefully. Okay. Then 2 days ago, maybe, I made a video about Ethereum. And I made a video talking about, let me pull up my folders here. I made a video talking about how this we had a PO3 and then we had another PO3 going on. And I was saying that this looks even worse than this. That exact same thing that I said was going to happen in that video happened, and you better believe that the Nexus was giga short on that. But why was I even considering this as a whole? Remember, guys, the market moves in tandem. I teach you guys this all the time. I say it all the time. What happened on Ethereum, what was happening was we were in a range, okay? We broke down from that range now, but we were in the range. We had what appeared to be a very clear Model 1 distribution, and the target for the Model 1 distribution was at the very minimum going to be 2300, right? 2315. So if we had a PO3 here and then we broke down and then we had another PO3 here, like why would we not go and take the objective? Why would we come all the way down here to then go up like everybody wanted and then go down? It just didn't make sense. We were right there, right? Why wouldn't we hit that? So initially we used Solana as confluence to understand that the low across the board wasn't going to be in. And then when the Solana low hit, it was very clear to me that we were still not at the low because Ethereum needed to now hit this low. Well, the same thing is going on right now with Cardano. And, I'm just shifting my focus. I'm just looking across the entire market. We know that the market moves in tandem. And what do we see here on Cardano? Well, let's be very objective as always, okay? Cardano had a very big move to the upside. Great. And then we formed a range, okay? This is the range. Beautiful. Okay. That's your range. Now your structure alone, let's just take our structure from the high to the low. You have high, you have low, you have high, you have low, and then you have straight up an SFP. So your target already based on structure is this low. But let's just utilize the exact same theory that we did for Solana and for Ethereum to now Cardano. Why would we come down, sweep this low, right? Which is what we did. We did sweep this low. So we're in the worst case scenario right now because we swept a low, but not the low. Why would we come down and sweep this low and not sweep this low when this is the order flow objective across, anyways? And we know that the market moves in tandem. Why would we do that? The answer is we very likely wouldn't. So do I think that the low is in? For that reason, no. 2 weeks ago, Solana was the tell. Over the weekend, Ethereum is the tell, in my opinion. Cardano is the tell. The low is not in until 50 cents basically gets broken. Now, again, am I saying that it's going to happen right away? No. Am I saying that it can't go up way amounts first and then come down? No. So don't change your plan on behalf of me. But I'm in the belief that this low is not the low because this low now on Cardano needs to go. And this same theory is what had me shorting Solana, is what had me shorting Ethereum, and what made me not longing. We did long over the weekend. I closed all my longs. I'm out of my longs right now. And I am short on Cardano. The Nexus is short on Cardano. But I think that the low's not in for that reason. One more thing I want to bring to your attention, okay? I say this all the time. I said it in this video alone five times already. Guys, the entire market moves in tandem. And right now what's happening is that the entire altcoin market are very close to, not at, very close to swing long zones. If Cardano sweeps this low, you're in a swing long zone, okay? If Sui comes down and sweeps its low one more time, you're in a swing long zone. Now, you're already in a swing long zone, but our actual box got front run ever so slightly. Okay, so the Nexus, actually, we longed this. I longed this, made $1,000 or something, and you know, we front ran the level. But if we take that low again, we are absolutely in a swing long zone. Okay, Solana, I don't actually have a level here per se. I'm sure I could find one. I just didn't do full analysis on it. I don't really care to. My focus this week is on Cardano. Okay, Dogecoin is in a swing long zone as well. We were watching it. XRP, right? Swing long zone just beneath where we are right now. So a lot of these coins, a lot of them are front running their swing long zones. And if we come to Bitcoin for a moment, you can see this little path that I have drawn out. I'm absolutely looking to take all these trades. I'm looking for a scalp long around 100K, probably going to lose 100K and then come back up and then down and then up, right? But you know, even Bitcoin front ran its zone, right? Bitcoin front ran its zone. So does it make sense to just go to the all-time high from here after they had, like, why would they leave all this liquidity, not mitigate a zone, and then just go higher? It just doesn't really make sense to me. So in the event that Bitcoin makes another low, you would believe that the altcoins would make another low as well, and Bitcoin front ran its zone as well. Okay, so even same with Ethereum, right? We front ran the breaker block. Ethereum loves breaker blocks, so I wrote IBB because it's inducement, effectively inducing traders into thinking that the low is in. Let's long put the stop loss there, just so that the market makers can fill their long orders, their limit longs against your market sells, aka your stop losses and your liquidations. So basically, long story short, the good news is that when we make one, if we make one more low, which I think we will, if we make one more low, all of these coins will collectively be in long zones, which is good confluence. The entire market moves in confluence, guys. I don't ever just trade one thing, okay? The bad news is that, depending on how your view on it is, I think one more low is going to come in. I don't know how deep it's going to go. That's what she said. We'll have to wait and see. If the low is in, great. If it's not in, then at least you saw this video. Again, don't change your plans on account of what I'm seeing, but right now, it just looks more probable than not that we're going to hit one more low. Anyways, guys, if you want to join the Nexus, the link for that is in the description down below. Shout out to the Nexus, my friends. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing week. It is Monday. Be happy, be healthy, be wealthy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.